And both sides on the floor getting ready for the game ahead, and it's almost that time. Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert's out there with Randall, and it's Conley in at the point. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Edwards got the first 3 points tonight for Minnesota. Halliburton passes to Siakam. Now Nesmith. McDaniels defending. And a wide open look for Siakam. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Boy, Pascal Siakam with the big-time answer from three. Nice.
Randall dishes to Edwards. Edwards with another miss. Here's Indiana. Halliburton kicks to Turner. Pass to Halliburton. Gobert against Siakam. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, we're talking about a tough individual competitor in Pascal Siakam. He goes right at the defense.
The Pacers shooting their first foul shot of the night. Well, Doris, before he started playing basketball, Siakam was on the path to priesthood. And there are a lot of GMs in the NBA saying, amen, that he chose basketball.
Kevin, this young man actually attended a seminary and didn't pick up a basketball until he was 16. But even with that, he's built himself into an all-star and a champion. An incredible journey. Boy, don't let the small frame fool you. Mike Conley so tough on the interior.
And so he makes both from the line.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Now, here's Halliburton. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. A shot by Nembhard, no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Over in the corner, Edwards. The 8-footer. Nembhard grabs the board.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And once again off the mark by Indiana. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with All-Star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Edwards passes to Randall. Picked him clean. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. And Siakam throws it down.
Excellent anticipation of a teammate's defensive ability. Siakam gets out in transition. Nice.
Over in the corner, Edwards. Randall finds Conley. Shoots the 3. And Julius Randle with the 3. It's all knotted up.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Siakam. 8 points for him. And it's Halliburton missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Randall passes to McDaniels. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
McDaniels making excellent use of the mid-range there.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Now, taking a look at some stats for Halliburton. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. He's getting around 20 points per, 11 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Here's Neesmith, following the basket by Julius Randle. For 3, Siakam. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in this game. Randle dishes to Conley. Back to Randle. Randle is doubled. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Nembhard with it. Picked up by Edwards. Siakam, a good look. Another miss by Siakam.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Back to Conley. Pass to Edwards. 5 on the clock. The tray. It's hauled in by Tyrese Halliburton.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
McDaniels finds Randle. Edwards with it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular. Oh, guys, the agility, the hops, everything about Anthony Edwards, so good athletically.
And Siakam has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 3-point game. Comes up empty down low.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Back to Randle. Makes it off the glass. Randle's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, I love the confidence Julius Randle has in himself. This guy knows what it takes to score.
Toppin against Randle. Shepard, the pass to McConnell. And here is Toppin. Mathurin for 3. Good. And McConnell gets the assist.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Here's Edwards. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Edwards got 8 points.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Doesn't get it to drop for him. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
And guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Got T.J. McConnell. Benedict Mathurin is out there with Walker. Then it's Halliburton. And it's Toppin in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 to begin the 2nd quarter for the Pacers. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Minnesota in the lead. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
The Pacers shooting 39% from the floor at their best. Outside Mathurin. Takes the 3. Cans it from downtown. He's got 8.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Here's Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. It's a victory here for the home team. Last time these guys met.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Now, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting even when you don't have your best game available.
And here's Halliburton. After Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer, Walker finds Mathurin. Pass to Toppin. Reed with the block.
Boy, give Naz Reid credit. He perfectly timed that block. Wow.
Edwards can't hit. Pacers trail by 3. McConnell scanning the floor. Now Toppin. Toppin sets a screen for Mathurin. Back to Toppin. Mathurin with the ball. Einat pulls it in.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Miles Turner, he's checked in for the Pacers. Andrew Nembhard comes in for T.J. McConnell. Gobert, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley now comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Nembhard, coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. Conley against Halliburton. Right side to Walker. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Nembhard, no good from outside. Timberwolves leading by 3. And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
And the Pacers with possession here after the basket by Minnesota. Here's Halliburton. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Well, because he's a 3-level scorer, anywhere he is on the floor, Halliburton capable of creating jumpers.
And Reed throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Mathurin. 9 points in the game so far. Turner with the screen. For the 3. And it's Mathurin missing. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Conley. Good. And now a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Nembhard finds Halliburton. To the middle. Here's Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Now, this is why Miles Turner is such a high percentage scorer. You combine length, athleticism, and basketball skills. Good luck with that defense.
Count it. Good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pacers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Outside Turner. A 3-ball. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got his 4th assist in this one. Timberwolves leading by 4. Conley's shot is off. And Halliburton's got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. Good on the shot. Halliburton's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, always ready to play up-tempo basketball. Tyrese Halliburton stops on the pull-up. That is nice.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Now, here is Halliburton. A 14-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Now, here is Halliburton. 4-point game. 26 seconds left in the first half. Conley finds Reed. It's Edwards on the wing. Oh, good with the triple. Pass to Halliburton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
An 85% mark from the line. There aren't too many players in the league who are going to score a much better percentage.
He's off on the second. Here's McDaniels. Fires from the wing. Buries the jump shot. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, guys. Coach, on defense, not the start you'd hope for.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready.
Hello, folks.
Their offense is running like a machine there, Shaq. I mean, they're making calculated decisions, kind of like all of those degrees you have. Calculated degrees, very consistent approach, man. I'm telling you, man, just like you.
Yeah, you can't speed them up or slow them down.
And now and that is it for halftime.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
On the court for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Here's Siakam. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. A nice shot by Nesmith.
Boy, Pascal Siakam plays at his own pace, able to find the open man.
Minnesota leading by 4. And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side. Well, the length and the size of Rudy Gobert so problematic for defenses. Nothing they can do there but foul him.
And Gobert drops them both. Indiana's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Back to Halliburton. Out to Turner from downtown. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. You take a look at the Pacers. They've had a great season, and will look to extend that into the playoffs.
And seeing where Indiana is, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Edwards finds Conley. Back to Edwards. what a physical score from Edwards.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pacers trail by 8. Here's Halliburton. He's got 8. Turner with the screen for Halliburton. Oh, good on the 3.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control. And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Halliburton against Conley. Halliburton passes to Turner. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
You can see how comfortable Miles Turner is on the interior.
What a sweet jam by Edwards.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
It's time for Dance Cam. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves.
Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Neesmith. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for Indiana. Down by 12. And Turner kicks to Siakam. All alone. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot. But right now, this guy is cooking.
Conley the pass to Edwards. The Pacers pull it in. You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball with range, he's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker. This guy has been a superb offensive rebounder. Gobert uses that size and positioning.
Pass to Nembhard. 1:46 left in the third. Halliburton outside, inside, and Turner throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Pass to Turner. Now Nembhard. And a wide open look for Halliburton. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Siakam against Randall. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Conley the pass to Edwards. The rebound by Turner. Pacers trail by 13. Here's Siakam. Randall with some nice D.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Edwards with a tough shot.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Halliburton. Gobert with the block. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Now Siakam. 12 points for him. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
And we got to clean up that inside.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Benedict Mathurin is out there with Walker. Then it's Halliburton. And it's T.J. McConnell. And it's Toppin in at center. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's McConnell. He gets it in there. McConnell's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Indiana. Minnesota leading by 13. And stolen by McConnell. Halliburton with it. Guarded now by Clark. And a wide open look for Mathurin. And it's off from three-point range.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
This guy is so explosive. Anthony Edwards off the bounce. My goodness.
The Pacers shooting around 40% from the floor here. Pass to Toppin. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, certainly with one of the more unique shots in the NBA, Halliburton gets it done.
You know, Kevin, credit to Halliburton and the organizations he's played for, because a lot of them would have changed or tried to rebuild their shot. Halliburton and his organizations knew the shot worked, and he stuck with it. And now he's one of the best shooters at his position.
Minnesota making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. Reed finds Edwards. Back to Reed. And Reed throws it down.
Oh, nice finish from Naz Reid. That's the kind of play that can give your team a spark.
And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the Indiana Pacers. 15-point game. It's up a 3. It's good from long range. Halliburton's got 5 points now this quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
You know, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Andrew Nembhard is checked in for Indiana. And a change for the Timberwolves. Conley's checked in. Timberwolves leading by 12. Pass to DiVincenzo. Up top, Edwards to the paint. Conley takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. 9 points for Conley. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Now, here's Toppin. Here's Nembhard. Halliburton outside. Walker is screen on Conley. Halliburton for 3. It's Clark with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Reed kicks to Edwards. Launches a 3. Toppin pulls it in.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
And it's Mathurin missing. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. DiVincenzo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen by Reed. DiVincenzo with it. Off target from three-point range. Here's Nembhard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
They've been in the zone from mid-range all game long, and they've made the most of any chance they've found in that space.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker. And Aaron Nesmith subbed in for Benedict Mathurin. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Pass to Nembhard. And here's Halliburton to the inside. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Boy, it's really special watching Miles Turner put it all together on the offensive end. He's doing work right now.
Edwards finds Randall. Back to Edwards. Jacks up a three. Sinks the three-pointer. Edwards got 32 points.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Here's Turner. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And that's 15 points for Miles Turner.
Boy, what great body control you saw there, laying it up and in despite having the defense draped all over him.
And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Here's Siakam. Pass to Turner. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Timberwolves.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Edwards.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Tony Bradley's checked in for Turner. Toppin comes in for Pascal Siakam. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Nesmith. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Halliburton.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
McConnell misses from close range. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the Pacers with possession here. Down by 15. Nembhard finds McConnell. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Rudy, your impact on the game defensively, always something to watch. What's your approach at that end?
Just try to. All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.